broke into the top 20 in June of this year. So one of the top Japanese players really making a name for herself, Honoka Hashimoto, has an uphill battle against Hina Hayata in this best of 7. Heavy side spin serve right at the back of the table. Hina Hayata looked like she was hoping for a little bit more top spin in there, at least on the serve that she was given. Right at the back edge of the table. Think it clipped a little bit of the edge. That's what the apology was for. Sumimasen, she says, excuse me. Sorry. So Honoka Hashimoto is what we would call a modern defender, partially because of the short pips on the backhand side, but because she's also very aggressive in many instances. She doesn't have to be if Hina Hayata is making a low percentage of her attacks. But she is anyway, comes in early on. Counterattack on the forehand side. Trying to understand what Honoka Hashimoto was pointing at. She said it hit the back edge of the table. Wow. And someone applauds, so it's 2-2 right now. Very faint. Hina Hayata didn't even seem to notice. Tied up at 3 points apiece. First towel break of the game, just a quick wipe of the hand. A lot of the time in table tennis, you'll see players, since they can only use the towel or go to the towel box once every 6 points, to wipe their hands on the table near the net quite often. Oh, trouble. After that wide angle, the touch shot, very difficult. I think she thought there was more backspin on it, had a very open face of the racket. A little bit of a floaty chop there from Honoka Hashimoto. That's a lot of power, but it's not a very high percentage shot. Not for most people. Hina Hayata can make it more than most, but didn't go in there. This is the way to do it. Keep the top spin on, surprise last moment placement, quick turns, deep to the backhand corner here. It's a very safe shot for Hayata, a lot of spin on it, not so flat like the one before. You don't have the luxury of hitting it that flat when the ball's that low, not expecting it to go in anyway. Speaking of flat hits, now this is when a chopper attacks. Typically, it has less rotation. They're hitting to finish the point. Honoka Hashimoto has to do it twice, but does the job. This is not the first time we've seen the second loop lifted up and out. Hina Hayata understands that against world-class choppers, the ball often goes into the net on the second loop. She just hasn't calibrated or made the adjustments to Hashimoto's chops. Oh, and a break off the top of the net as well. Now, the second towel break of the game, by world ranking, Honoka Hashimoto in red is the stronger player, but head-to-head, and they've played quite recently in 2016. Head-to-head again, Hina Hayata is 4-0, undefeated after 4 attempts in playing Honoka Hashimoto. But that second loop against the chop has been trouble. She's still trying to split the difference and find that balance. played, getting the angle early on with the backhand receive. That attack, though, from behind the table, so much power. Just by the sound of the contact, you can hear how flat it is, how fast, how much of a forward motion. Still some topspin on it, but still less than, say, a loop. Pretty much a kill shot. Ooh, attempted chop block from the backhand side. So 1 game point saved by Hina HAYATA. 4 more to go for Honoka HASHIMOTO. And it's trouble. Honoka HASHIMOTO 11-6 takes game 1 over Hina HAYATA. We'll be back for game 2 right after this. Back for game number 2, Hina HAYATA trailing 0-1 against Honoka HASHIMOTO. Tomahawk serve to start. Something to mix it up. Shovel serve I see from Hina HAYATA. She's been doing a lot of pendulum so far this match, but it hasn't gotten her in position to win a lot of points easily. This time better. Turns the corner. Gets a little shallower receive and plays a wider angle. This time the kill shot comes down. Not messing around with the soft spinny one. Again, talk to Sabina Winter, and she will not go for that shot almost ever against a chopper. Not against a chop. She'll keep spin on it. Hina HAYATA did not have a lot of success in game 1, losing 11-6. She's trying out some different tactics out here. Still looking to finish the point early. She does have to remember that opening shot has a lot of topspin and it's chopped back. I mean, she opened with her backhand in this point. Not too common that we see that against choppers. Fast long serve, but the opening counterattack there from Honoka HASHIMOTO is quite threatening. Good start to the game for Hina HAYATA, but still has to hang on to it. Top and side spin to make the ball kick doesn't bother Honoka HASHIMOTO. It seemed like a solid serve. Clever combination, shorter to the backhand side. Get HASHIMOTO in and then play it deep out to the forehand. But no dice, it's tied up at 3 points each at the first towel break. out forehand to take the point. Hashimoto into the lead here. Not an easy shot. Think about the fact that one, she's putting side spin on it. Two, she's playing it down the line. This is the best point I've seen from Hina HAYATA. She spins every ball safely, gets a lot of racket head speed. I mean, this looked like Miyu KATO earlier today when we saw her beating Hitomi Sato. It was the finishing shot where she wrapped around the outside of the ball. Not an easy shot to pull off against a chop. Adding side spin to a loop against a chop takes an unbelievable level of skill. Still nice to see the confidence from Hina HAYATA. She's playing the spin shots. Surprise. From down below the table, not off a loop, but just from down below the table off a push shot, or a soft shot anyway. So much spin. Hashimoto really able to get a lot of racket speed as she brushes under the ball. Power for HAYATA. Takes the point as they come into the second towel break. It's tied up dead even. Now Hina HAYATA's best world ranking was 16. She was 16 in the world a few months ago in May of 2017. And then interestingly enough, Honoka Hashimoto held that world ranking for 2 months and then moved up to 15 in the world currently. So Honoka Hashimoto has had the better world ranking between the two players. No! This is crazy. The ball's so far out in front here. The fact that she even went for that shot, I'm thinking there's no way she'll make this. Look how low that ball is. She's way behind the table. She's from the middle. That's a spinny shot, a little bit shallow on the table, but it doesn't sit up. I mean, if you have to worry about shots like that when you're Hina HAYATA, any attacker against the defender shouldn't have to worry about that happening. That right there is the type of point that makes you realize Honoka Hashimoto isn't just world rank number 15. She's got amazing potential to climb into the top 10, and who knows? I mean, we don't see many choppers in the top 10. Han Ying, you know, Seoyoung was there some time ago, Wu Yang in and out. But with the participation that we get from the Japanese women, again, this is a country that's investing heavily in their players. They're improving, they're climbing up in the world rankings, and participation's only gonna matter more come 2018. By world rankings, I mean, Japan has more players in the top 20 than any other country on both the men's and women's side, I believe. I need to check. But it could be the same in the top 10 soon enough. China has held down many of the top 4 spots. Women's side of the game, China holds down all of the top 4 spots. Number 5 in the world is Miyu Hirano. On the men's side, Dmitry Ovcharov is number 4 in the world. Recently stepping in front of Jung. It's happened before. I think when he beat him in 2014 at the Tokyo World Team Championships, Dmitry Ovcharov was actually world ranked number 4 and Jung number 5. But still an impressive win nonetheless. 3-0 for Dima. Recovery from the top of the net and coming back in with the big forehand. Third towel break of the game, tied up at 9 points each. Now game point for Hashimoto, again on the attack. So tied up here, Deuce Hayata very focused. Look at this one more time. Spin shot. Now Hashimoto's made some impressive attacks. I think crazy was the term I used earlier. So if she can make a shot like that, the last shot she took is definitely within reach. Not an easy shot for most defenders from that far behind the table, but yeah, we can't put it past Hashimoto. Pressure from Hayata again earns her another game point. Starting to get vocal. Hina Hayata, actually. Hina Hyena to some, because she makes a lot of fun yelping sounds in celebration after winning some points. When she starts to get vocal, I think that's a good sign. It means that there's higher energy, more fight. Game point saved once again. Oh, tries to leave it short. Leaves it just a little bit too short with so much rotation on it. Has to touch it gently. Again, Hashimoto's so fast to come back into the table. Hashimoto coming in for that first ball to load it up with spin. That one very faint edge. So Hayata with game point in game two. Could not capture the game. In the end, we'll see. This could be the first time ever for Honoka Hashimoto to beat Hina Hayata. She's so zeroed in. Hashimoto was able to counterattack very comfortably. And this is a dangerous sign. It's a good sign for her, of course. It's dangerous for Hina Hayata, but if a chopper makes a high percentage of her counterattacks, that means her shot selection is very reasonable. She understands her capabilities and is wise about choosing her timing. The serve right there with deceptive amounts of topspin on it. At the first towel break, it's a 4. No, it's 3-3. Dead even at the first towel break. Haven't heard a lot of vocalization from Hina Hayata so far. A little bit lower energy than usual. That one goes pretty wild off the bounce. Tries to take it early from the middle, down the middle. Again, with the topspin coming in, players tend to be a bit more comfortable countering, but that was a little more shallow on the table. The ball had more time up on the rise. Changes the timing for Hina Hayata. You know, the last attacker chopper match we saw in the women's game was Hitomi Sato and Miyu Kato, and Miyu Kato was so consistent in returning those topspin shots, blocking them with the backhand, keeping them in play. But it's a different skill set out here. Honoka Hashimoto with those flat kill shots, quite different than Hitomi Sato's fishing and spin shots from behind the table. And who knows, Hitomi Sato is trying to reclaim her world positioning. You know, having been in the top 10 before, just slipping out. Maybe finding ways to attack a little bit more flat as well. I mean, we saw Yuto Muramatsu switch to long pips from short pips after the success of Masato Shiono for a little bit. People definitely follow trends that seem to be working, especially for players of a similar style. That's why we see so many Japanese women playing the shovel serve. Oh, a cracker of a shot, just flat hits it out to the forehand side. You could hear the sound and the ball was gone. Not an easy shot for success, hasn't been so high percentage, and it was low too. Again, this camera angle, you have a really good sense of the height because you're at the same height as the player's eyes pretty much. That ball was below the letters on the chest of the shirt. Oh, crawling over the net, just creeping over, 2 bounces. Clear winner there. Some fortune for Honoka Hashimoto. That serve toss, it's not the first time I've thought about that serve toss. It goes out of frame, stays out of frame for a while before coming back down. When I think about the highest tosses in table tennis, Ai Fukuhara, Shan Xiaona, maybe Seoyoung, but Honoka Hashimoto as well. I mean, really high serve tosses from time to time. That last one was much lower, of course. Well placed, wide out to the forehand. Hashimoto stretching out the arm after missing the shot. A little bit of side spin can make the ball kick out wide. Force a player to reset themselves or take a shot out of the comfort zone. apology off the top of the net stays in play. Right now, being down 0-2, Hina Hayata in the lead at 8-7, needs to take this game. While Kenji Matsudaira was able to take it to Game 7 after being down 0-3, not so many players are able to do that. It's going to be tough, especially if she's low energy, if Hina Hayata's not playing at her best. Hashimoto tying it back up, 8 points each. Now, one thing Hashimoto has done very comfortably and very well, she's brought the ball back on the table with topspin, but still keeping it low to the net. Not a lot of pressure. Not a lot of pressure on her anyway, it seems, but puts more pressure on Hina Hayata. Look there at the shoes and, of course, the taped up knee of Hina Hayata. Shots coming back. Hashimoto with several attacks. We've got a flat hit. We've got spin shots again out to the forehand. The angles that Hina Hayata created throughout this point, for them to not finish the point, is just insane. Hashimoto so fast, so controlled. I mean, she's giving a variety of attacks and chops throughout this point. Now she has 2 game points to go up 3-0 over Hina Hayata. And all it takes is a down the line forehand side of the table attack from the defender. 11-8, Honoka Hashimoto in control. Game 4, Hina Hayata's got her work cut out. It's an uphill battle. Stay right here. Game 4 coming up after this. Back for game number 4. Hina Hayata in hot water right now. Down 0-3, trying to figure out some answers against Honoka Hashimoto's attacks and also defense. I mean, early on in the start of this match, we saw it was trouble for Hina Hayata to calibrate on the second loop. And then she tried flat hitting to win points. But that only worked for so long, not consistently. Split up the first 2 points. Dead even break, but now it's Hashimoto who has the serves. For a moment, I thought this might be a ploy, a plan, a plot, other PL words, to get into the expedite rule, to force Honoka Hashimoto to play the attack even more. Now, mentally, that could be an interesting tactic. I don't know how much it would really hurt Honoka Hashimoto right now, especially because she's won such a high percentage of her points on the attack. but we've seen it before. More commonly, it's a defender-defender expedite rule that comes out. I've seen it with attackers and defenders as well. Trying to get inside out, throws the head back in shock and disbelief that she's not able to get this ball down. For a moment, I thought it might come down again from that camera angle. It's tough to tell the depth on the table, but the fact that Honoka Hashimoto was so confident to give a yo to it, to shout in celebration, it seemed pretty clear to her that the point was over. First time in a long time we've seen a forehand kill shot go long. Honoka Hashimoto again. This ball's just, that's tough to say. I mean, it's pretty wrapped up for her, delivered to the doorstep. It's a gift. She has the opportunity, and she'll make that 95% of the time. So 4 points each, dead even here. Hina HAYATA hasn't gotten a lot of advantage based on serve, hasn't given too much trouble to Honoka Hashimoto on the receive. Beautiful shot down the short side, the parallel forehand for the winner. Hina HAYATA stepping out into the lead. Now, I said it before and I'll say it again. Think of this score right now. If we end up in Game 7, remember, it was 4-all in Game 4 when Hina HAYATA really turned on the boosters. Let's see again, it's a test of mental toughness, of stamina. I mean, tactics out here, especially against a chopper, there's just so much that has to be put into the thought and the footwork and the movement, but you have to play a completely different game than you do against most opponents in the world. A little bit off the edge of the racket, the apology for the fortune, but a 3-point lead for Hina HAYATA. Beautiful forehand. It's not too often again that we see her hit a ball past Hashimoto. This wasn't a lob, it wasn't a mistake receive popped up. It's a deep ball, excellent acceleration, comes through and forward, a very strong drive there. Second towel break of the game, and Hina HAYATA has just won 4 points in a row from down, well, from 4-4. There's the angle. This is what the left-handed player wants. Some top spin, a little bit more shallow on the table will sure open up the angle. Look at the bounce. Not that shallow. Maybe a foot inside the table at most. Hina HAYATA quick to recognize the top spin shot, take the ball early, take advantage of that opportunity. Wow. That was not an easy one. This chop comes sailing back. Again, it's that inside-out forehand. How low this ball is when she plays it. Wow. That's the type of shot that makes it into a career highlights reel. Top edge of the racket, out of control. 1 game point saved, 5 left for Hina HAYATA. Again, she has to win every game for the rest of this match to win the match. Not so fast. 4 game points left. Honoka Hashimoto. This would be a devastating comeback. Saw Kirill Skachkov against Dmitry Ovtcharov up 9-4 at 2-2, and Dmitry Ovtcharov came back to win 15-13. Saw one of the best ball kicks I've seen in table tennis in that match. I'll tell you about that later. And timeout here. Hina Hayata calling the timeout after throwing her hands up in the air. It's 3 points in a row. She's had a decent opportunity, but she's not going for broke here. She's playing a standard shot, just trying to get into the rally, and says, forget this, I need a timeout. I need to talk to myself, I need to come back here with a better plan. This is not going my way right now. Can't let this one slip. So Hina Hayata has played the inside-out forehand well. She's played the short side of the table, down the line into the backhand well. In terms of service variation, what's it gonna take? Receive game. I mean, we haven't had Honoka Hashimoto trying too many attacks. Could be another patient point from Hina Hayata to change the rhythm, get Honoka Hashimoto out of her comfort zone, playing pushes forehand to forehand, or forehand to backhand rather. Hina Hayata using her backhand to play out to the forehand. So back from the timeout, we'll see what she came up with. Again, she is her own coach in this match. Surely there it is. A big, powerful forehand comes back long. When she hit it that hard, you couldn't imagine it would come back. I guess you could imagine it, but you would imagine it shouldn't, and it doesn't. 11-7, Hina Hayata takes game 4, gets her first game in this match, and we'll be back for game 5 right after this. Back for game number 5. Hina Hayata officially on the scoreboard with her first game, taking the last one 11-7. Now point for point, Hina Hayata scored 36. Hashimoto has scored 42 so far. And it was the first few games that were trouble. Hina Hayata lost the first 3 games. As I told you before, can't afford to lose one more. Has to win every single one to take the match. Smoked out to the forehand side. This is not easy. Hina Hayata camping out on the backhand corner for a moment and pays for it dearly. Sent chasing the ball. We've seen this pattern before. Even for a moment, It's not like she was resting or not paying attention. She just got comfortable turning and getting close, moving to the backhand side. So not a point yet for Hina Hayata in game 5. Not phased by the twiddle, the backhand push with the inverted rubber from Hashimoto earlier in the point. A lot of spin on that backhand and it comes down wide. Ball deep on the table, pretty low. Hina Hayata's made it to the length of the table going inside out before. Again, this angle always offers some new perspective for us. First towel break of the game and no timeout left for Hina Hayata. If there was, I think she would have used it a point or two ago. Maybe the point before this. Nice serve and follow-up placement for that third ball attack right into the crossover point. It's not the first time we've seen a player go deep into that backhand side for a chopper, or a right-handed, left-handed combination for that matter. Flat hit goes out and Hayata suddenly back in. It's the beauty of table tennis now with the 11-point game is that the turnaround, the plot twist can come so quickly. You're down 1-5, all it takes is 2 points and suddenly it feels like it's anyone's game. Quite frankly, it is. It's an unfortunate point for Hina Hayata to go with the gentle backhand just in the rally, not going for a big shot or a kill shot. Beautiful backhand, comes in and takes it away down the line. Fast feet from Hashimoto to take advantage of the ball sitting up just a little bit. Again, the pressure on the attacker here to keep the push low. Twiddled the racket already. As soon as she comes in, she wants that inverted rubber ready to be used. Excellent focus. Hina Hayata sees the floater and reads it perfectly. Doesn't lift it up and out. That ball right there. Tough to tell how much. Again, the angle of the racket, though. Honoka Hashimoto could have put more spin on it than I realized. Coming in under the ball with a very short motion. Very important point here again. Hina Hayata could have been looking at 4-8 down. Push comes up a little bit high. Honoka Hashimoto has made this shot many times before. It's unfortunate for Hashimoto that she couldn't finish that. Suddenly a 1-point game. Hayata just down by 1 at 6-7. And a timeout called by Honoka Hashimoto. It's a pretty late timeout. I mean, considering the game score, it's fine for her. She's up 3-1. In that sense, it's early, but score-wise, I guess not super late. If she was up 7-1, this would be considered late. If she was up 7-2 or something like that, you'd want to stop the comeback, but I don't remember a lead quite so big. I remember 7-4. So tactically speaking, thinking about the different things that have worked for Honoka Hashimoto. The flat forehand, the spinny forehand down the line to the forehand side. Chop-wise, I mean, she won most of her points with Hina Hayata just either being impatient and going for kill shots that weren't quite so high percentage, or maybe trying to loop a few in a row against the chops. But these are two very different schools of thought, right? You've got a player who can attack in red very effectively, could come out here trying to play more aggressively, maybe serve and give a third ball attack. But as Masato Shiono said before, I mean, he's a big believer that defenders defend. That's what they do best. It always depends on who you're playing and how they respond. That's the thing. Today, defenders need to be able to attack. Let's see what she comes back with here. I was just thinking she seems more set on defense, only gets one spin shot in and then goes for the winner with the forehand. It doesn't come down. Hina Hayata continues moving forward, catches back up. Looks down at the equipment, immediately says, okay, I guess I have to come over the ball more, stay more closed. Big point again for Hayata, steps into the lead, continues the streak, 4 in a row for Hina Hayata. Starting to hear Hina Hayata again. It's always a good sign in terms of her motivation level, her energy level. Oh, the backhand finishes it after all that. The touch, the control, the concentration. Hina Hayata didn't blink during this point. But it's Honoka Hashimoto who comes in, twiddles the racket, boom, gone. What a way to do it. World-class play right here. World number 15 on the attack. Another attack, but doesn't get the second one in on the point. Very impressive block from Hina Hayata, using the force of her opponent against her. Able to get the racket back deep to cover that backhand. Again, the angle of the racket so crucial here for that block. A little bit more, putting a little pace on it when she gives it back. That's a tough one. The flat hit right into the body. As soon as this ball comes up high, Hina Hayata leaves it up a little bit. You know it's going to be trouble. This one right here, even at the baseline of the table, Honoka Hashimoto gets the bounce a little bit inside, but still, she didn't come around the corner of the table, didn't take it right off the bounce. An impressive shot. difficult ball, very difficult. Turns the corner. I was so impressed with Hina Hayata throughout this point. She spun the ball when she needed to. She went for power when she had the opportunity. That last ball, especially with the hand that far behind the table, it's going to be really difficult to create that inside-out angle wide. Match point now for Honoka Hashimoto in red. Ooh, goes for the attack on the receive. Fans it up. I can't remember the last time we saw her attack as a receive. And now it's deuce in game 5. Again, Hina Hayata has to win this game to keep the match going. Off the top of the net and just out after a flat hit into the body is blocked back by Hina Hayata. She saves the point and now earns a game point to send this to game 6. Could we be seeing a repeat of the Kenji Matsudaira match earlier today with Kenta Tazoe? Table. No edge, but she keeps it deep on the table, right near for that second bounce, so it's uncomfortable for Hina Hayata to get the opening swing. Shallow first bounce. That's what a half-long shot is all about. Second deuce point. Inverted rubber for the push to give it more spin in near the table. Another match point for Honoka Hashimoto. Not yet, not over. Fourth towel break of the game, the only possible score that is, and Hina Hayata has brought it back to deuce. How many match points now? Maybe 3? I think she saved 2 match points. Nah, not the right shot, she says. Hashimoto not happy with her decision there. Topspin on the serve, plays it, but doesn't get it great positioning. Plays it out to the forehand instead of into the body. And that forehand's been dangerous time and time again from Hashimoto. You've got a chopper giving you a topspin serve. It feels comfortable to just give it back. Placement is so important. Another match point saved. Third match point saved by Hina Hayata. A marathon game here, and there's still no telling who's going to take it. Excellent placement and enough pace on it to cause Hashimoto some discomfort in near the legs. Take it right off the bounce. That's always going to be a tough shot. She's got an opening going the other way. If she makes it, everybody goes crazy. One more time here. Topspin comes back. It's a reach. Right idea in Hashimoto with that wingspan. Gets right back over to the backhand corner, which only increases the pressure on Hina Hayata. One more match point. Fourth match point saved by Hina Hayata. Nerves of steel out here. right into the body. She spills herself out on the table to recover the net ball and gets calm once again so fast. This is excellent play from both. But it's better play from Honoka Hashimoto. And another match point, 15-14. And it goes out, it's Honoka Hashimoto on many attempts, who takes the match 16-14 for her very first time to beat Hina HAYATA. She's going to move on to the women's singles semifinals. She will continue to climb up in the world rankings. And what an impressive performance from the 19-year-old short-pipped chopper, Honoka Hashimoto. You'll have a chance to see her later on tonight. And a very exciting match coming up next is going to be Mima versus the fighter, the screamer, Sakura Mori. Coming up right after this, you're watching the 2017 Bulgaria Open. Stay right here.
Отправям молба към вас да не ползвате светкавици, когато решите да заснемете по-интересен за вас момент. Правете го, но без да ползвате светкавици. Благодаря. Видяхте участничките в този четвърт финал. Дамите наистина, които участват в този силен турнир, са наистина изключителни състезатели. Говоря именно за Сакура Мори, Кацуми Ишигава, Мима Ито. Турнира при жените тук в арена Сарел е на галактическо ниво. Надпреварата е истинска наслада за ценителите на този красив спорт. Нека ви напомня, дами и господа, и за томболата, която ще се случи по-късно вечерта. В жребия участват всички закупили билети, попълнили талон с името си на касата на залата. А печелившите ще бъдат теглени в края на този състезателен ден. Наградите се връчват само лично на хора, които присъстват тук в залата. И тази вечер късметлия сред вас ще спечели един смартфон Samsung Galaxy J3, осигурен от спонсорите Асарел, Медет и Viva.com. Само след секунди ще се насладите на поредната зрелищна, сигурен съм, среща, четвърт финал при жените на сингъл.
We kindly ask our visitors not to take flash photography. Thank you.